goals in that game. That game ended 5 goals to 2. Chelsea losing that game against Newcastle away by 2 goals to 0. And Arsenal winning against Preston, and Spurs beating Manchester City 2 goals to 1 in other games in the Carabao Cup. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. I am here with my guys, the 18 to talk about what happened in yesterday's game in the Carabao Cup, and the quarterfinal is already set. We're going to be talking about people, the teams that are going to be facing each other in the quarterfinal in the Carabao Cup. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, sports fans.
Good morning, Nonso.
Good morning, sports fans. Good morning, Man United fans. Don't hold your breath. Don't try it. This is just a test. On to the next one. And welcome to the show.
Okay, let me get results of the Carabao Cup yesterday. In yesterday's game, Manchester United beating Leicester City 5 goals to 2. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 2. Good result for Crystal Palace. Then Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester City 1. Brighton 2, Liverpool 3. Preston 0, and Arsenal 3. So that game ended for Arsenal. Arsenal winning that game 3 goals to 0 away to Preston. Okay, let's start with the Manchester United game, because this is Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game in charge. He scored by 5 goals. Casemiro scored that first lovely goal, first goal. I don't even know where he got that energy and all that strength to kick that ball.
Okay, now look at it now. The way they played yesterday, you would know, you can tell that these players were on their way to root Emmanuel out. You could tell that if your backroom, I think for me, Ten Hag lost his backroom last summer. He lost his backroom in the transfer window of last season. That's what I feel like, because if you can tell the way they played, you can tell the energy they put into this game against Leicester City. Under Steve Cooper, Leicester City has played fine. They didn't stand a chance. They got 2 goals, good for them, but they didn't stand a chance. They came out to play, and Man United were hitting them back on the break. You could see the starting lineup where they featured Ugarte and the rest of them. You could see that everybody was ready to play. And even for the first time, for the likes of me, I didn't know that Bayern was that good. But why is he always on the bench? These are the games he should be starting. I think Van Nistelrooy has this mix of, he knows what to do. Some players don't play in the Premier League for Man United. I said that yesterday. These are the players you should be playing, that should be playing the Carabao Cups, the FA Cups for you, the Victor Lindelofs, not the Premier League. Because he came into the game yesterday, you saw him starting, you saw him put up a performance. You saw the Ugatis, okay, fine, you're still trying to get yourself fit for the Premier League. You play the Carabao Cups, you put up a performance before you can get into the Premier League proper. And you saw them, as in the way he arranged the starting lineup, it shows that this man knows a thing or two about how to instruct players and how to bring the energy back into the starting lineup.
Johnny, what do you think? All these things, or you go, which energy out? It's not the same players.
No.
You see,
Victor
for me,
Lindelof
I saw that game yesterday and I was gobsmacked. I was flabbergasted. I was totally distraught. I was, it was nothing short of, scintillating to see how the deadbeat Manchester United, who missed a bucket load of chances in their last game under Ten Hag.
Their last 4 games.
Yeah, under Ten Hag, could come into this game and be so clinical, be so, precise, be so tactical. Look at the man that was almost on his way out of Manchester United, Casemiro, scoring 2 goals for fun. Did you see that one he took from outside the 18?
That's the first goal.
He scored that was a word. He scored it last season.
It was mental. Like, that goal was phenomenal. And then you look at the likes of the rest of them. Suddenly, Garnacho forgets that he must finish with his left foot and has been finishing with his right foot yesterday. I was like, okay, so it now, this is the kind of performance that the accountant general of Manchester United will be like, okay, I see what you did there. Everybody, 30% dock of your pay for the last 4 weeks, because you were running this team into the ground, and then you just came in after the man left. Everybody scoring for fun. Everybody, the annoying thing for me. The annoying thing for me from that game yesterday
is for the coach.
No, when they score a goal, the whole 11 players except the goalkeeper will come and gather at one corner and form a big circle and be hugging us. I was like, hey, we didn't see this under Ten Hag. You people are not nice. You people deserve punishment for this, but it's crazy, you know.
After before we talk about the coach, after the game, Vinicius Roy said that I am here to help Manchester United and give everything in his own capacity until probably he gets another coach. Probably he's hoping. I think he is hoping that they will give him the coach. But do you think that he is capable of taking this Manchester United forward?
Well, until until we know what he's capable of, just can't tell. We saw him coach for 1 year in PSV. We saw him do some good jobs with the under 18s. We saw him do some good job with the under 21s. We saw him do a good job with the senior team as well. But it's yet to be seen. Man United is another monster. It's another beast. It's another universe of its own. You get what you did, because we're looking at this man's numbers. The same thing we did with Ten Hag's numbers, the 2.6 points per game average, is what we're looking at for what's called Amorim and what's called. But what it comes into Man United matters now is different. This is his first game. He's got 5 goals. He's got 3 points. So for him now in Man United, he has 3.0 points per match. So for me now, he has a good result so far in this game. But going forward, if the thing that is happening to Man United continues to happen to Man United, what will not be the story then?
If after 2 games they decide to turn against him, what now becomes the story?
Because it's just there for
it's not possible after 2 games. It's not possible.
It's just there for the temporary period. You get until a permanent coach comes in. January is not far. A permanent coach can come in January.
They can even come in next week.
A permanent coach can come in next week Sunday after the Chelsea game. Might be announced after the Chelsea game, and that's the end of. And him now saying he would leave. I think if the permanent coach comes in, it's rightly said that he should stay till the end of the season, so he can help the coach settle in well.
For me, I think Vinicius should stay till the end of the season.
Then
they can bring in a
as
new
the
coach.
interim manager,
Yes,
or as assistant to
the assistant to this, helping the new manager settling well.
They are trying to bring in his own backroom staff.
If you bring in your own backroom staff, but people will still stay. You can't just bring in backroom staff and terminate people. You just gave these people contract about 2 months or 3 months ago. But it's Troy Rudake and Ronnie Hake. They were given a contract on 3 months ago, or perhaps yes, in the summer.
Did we not see Nagelsmann go on an impromptu gardening leave at Bayern Munich, and then after a couple of weeks take over at the Germany national side? He's still on that gardening leave. He's still getting checks from Bayern Munich, and he's at the national side. So these things happen in football. Let's not come in here and come and make it out to be what it's not. But for me, I think the 9 weeks or 8 weeks he's been at Manchester United, if they want to transition right, they should leave him there till the end of the season and then bring Ruben Amorim next season. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen, because Manchester United are giving that man close marking. We could see him announced before December.
Okay, that game, if you look at the goals Manchester United scored in that game, it was a lovely goal. Casemiro scoring 2, Garnacho scored 1, and Bruno Fernandes scoring 2. He scored a free kick, even though it was a deflection. But
yes,
if you look at the way they
this is
performed,
a free kick he scored in about 6 months now, in a year.
if you look at the way these players played, what do you make of these players? Do you think that these players are? I want to understand. Why didn't they perform this? Is it because it's a Leicester? Leicester is a Premier League club, and it's been a very, very long time that Manchester United has scored 5 against a Premier League club. Even though this is Leicester, but do you think that these players, because of it's a new coach thing, or sometimes when it's a new coach, everybody wants to perform?
Everybody's place is up for grabs.
But look at it now. I think Leicester City, on the other hand, did not start their best legs.
It's not even about starting.
They didn't start their best legs. They didn't start their best defense. They didn't start their best midfield.
You are coming up against a Manchester United side that have been playing with maybe 50,000 tons of weight, denied expectations, and all this pressure from the media on their shoulder, and you just come into the game to come and play them the minute that was lifted off their shoulder, the minute they don't have to conform to Ten Hag's mantra, the minute they have everything to lose and everything to gain. Of course, morale is going to be high. Of course, the spirits are going to be high. Of course, a couple of players are going to outperform their usual. So in this type of game, if you come to that same game with a weakened squad, now you do yourself, not Manchester United in this time now.
Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and there's a comment here I'm going to read about this Manchester United game, and I click to be welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, guys. Big Harry, I can see you. Welcome to the show. Sonto, I can see you. Welcome to the show. Okay, let me read some of the comments about this Manchester United game. And Ecletus Obi is saying, I just said it that Manchester United players no longer want to play for Ten Hag. If not, what's the difference? Same player,
True talk.
different results. Okay, I think that's what we are talking about. I think they wanted Ten Hag out. It's obvious now. He's also saying, Obi is also saying, John, your prediction failed yesterday.
I know you are dying to say that
Manchester
one, but
City
it's
lost. Chelsea lost.
Aston
Man
Villa
U win.
won. Aston Villa lost.
Guardiola really joked with this match. I'm almost sure Guardiola will leave trophyless this season.
5 in a row is written in the stars,
Okay,
man.
let's see.
So keep dreaming.
Okay, Somto is saying those players should all hide their heads in shame. They all down their tools on the manager and got him sacked. He's talking about Ten Hag. So
Yes.
I think so. Aman, welcome to the show. He's saying Mbappe is a good striker. Yes, Mbappe is a good
Not
striker.
a striker from the France.
Okay, but yeah, if you look at what the comments say, everybody is thinking that this player didn't want to play for Ten Hag. I think it's obvious. But let's see in the next couple of games. Imagine if they win their next 5 games, they win Chelsea. They are playing Chelsea next.
There were rumors in the back room about a month ago or 4 weeks ago that they don't want to play for Ten Hag anymore. That Ten Hag has lost the dressing room to Van Nistelrooy. And I think Ten Hag didn't read the signs earlier enough, because it was like the last time every of these players performed to 99% was against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Not even the FA Cup against Man United. It was against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. That was the last time they performed like true players, like true legends that they are. And after that, throughout last season, it was just a dipping performance after dipping performance. The performance kept dropping until the end of last season, though they now capped it up with a good performance against Man City in the FA Cup finals. But all of last season, the performance was not up to par.
Oh, okay, that game ended 5-2 in favor of Manchester United. So let's see what's happening. They are going to play in Chelsea. Chelsea in the weekend on Sunday, so it's going to be a big game. If somehow they beat Chelsea, almost.
And it's true.
But it's true.
They will start singing "Rude on the Wheels." Rude on the wheels.
Okay,
Let's move
on to the next game. Is Tottenham Hotspur winning Manchester City 2-1. You know, after that game, goals from Timo Werner and Sa scored in the first 2 goals in the game, and Man City scored 1 and couldn't actually equalize again. They held up to win that game 2-1. If after the break they asked about him not starting Haaland, he said that Haaland will not be starting all the whole game. He needs to rest. But why will he enter a whole season without a striker? Now you have to play Foden as a striker in this game. But John, it's your team. Your operation didn't work.
Haaland is a striker.
I'm saying that you cannot play with one striker in the whole season. It's not possible.
Yes, there are clubs who do it. You guys reminded me that. I remember I was the one that was saying it on this show, that you cannot play a whole season with just one striker. And you guys reminded me that big clubs don't need to have 2, 3, or 4 strikers in the side.
Who said that?
Both of you did.
No.
And I'm calling both of you out on that, because you can't switch that table on me right here now.
Nobody told you that big clubs can't play without 2 strikers. You can play without 2 strikers. Man City were playing the league without a striker and they won 3.
Yes.
Now they got in the striker and got the Champions League plus and got a treble.
They won 2
and got in a striker and got a
2.
treble. Now understand it, they've been winning without a striker. Without the second striker, they can still continue to play them. At some point, most of the players that played yesterday, if you look at them, they were taken off early, because you can't play every match of the season. Look at the lineup. You see that some players were introduced, some players that were on the bench were introduced, and you can't keep playing all the matches of the season. So it's just wanting to say, okay, it's right to say Haaland needs his rest. But not against Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup. No, you say it's the Carabao Cup, maybe, but you saw that Man City still kind of worked hard to get their chances, worked hard to get their results, but it just wasn't coming on.
For me, I think it's a competition that wasn't on the pecking order for Guardiola, and that will be that.
It's not about being pecking order, it's about squad depth here. Because if Alvarez was there, Alvarez should be starting, and Alvarez should be probably scoring in this game. But if you look at the both goals, Spurs scores in the 5 minutes. That goal, I saw that the second goal for Sai was an outside 18 shot. What do you make of Angie? Do you think Angie will be winning this Carabao Cup? Remember, I keep saying it. He is the
winning
coach
trophy
that
that
wins trophy in the second
If
season.
he beats Chelsea, then yes, let's give him that. If he beats Chelsea to make it to the semis, then he's going to be
this
on track
this
to
this
do
only
just that.
tells a story of the Man City bench at the moment. I think this is not the second bench, this is the third bench. Some of them were in the second bench. It tells a story about them. Rico Lewis coming in to play for Kyle Walker. Then in that midfield, McCarthy and O'Reilly in front of Ika Gundogan. I mean, now they missed a defensive midfielder. And we've always said this, whenever Pep experiments without a defensive midfielder, it gets a problem in the side. Now they missed a defensive midfielder in the back of those midfielders, and Nunes was playing from the flanks. I don't know what
Nunes has been actually played for the flanks for last game, and actually
plays-
Last game he scored from there.
See, he plays from the flanks, but he's a midfielder. If you're playing a 4-man flat midfield, you get this 4-4-2 flat formation. He can play in a left CM or the right CM. But when you're playing against a City side, that you know that the setup can still lead to what's it called, 4-2-3-1 or perhaps 4-3-3. Because this setup now, if you look at it properly, it leads to 4-3-3 when they're on the progression with Savino coming into that side. It leads to 4-3-3 in the progression. So I think for me, it tells a different story on the Man City bench.
And they don't have that squad depth again, probably because of injury, because De Bruyne is still out.
Yes.
I think if everybody was still there, probably De Bruyne and probably Alvarez.
When doing subs.
Well, if you look at the subs he made, I didn't think he would actually take this competition that seriously. If not, he would have fielded his normal starting 11 and probably would have beat Spurs. But that game ended 2-1. Spurs winning that game by 2-1. They scored 2 goals in quick succession in the first half.
The first 25 minutes, 5 and 25 minutes.
Then Manchester City got one back and couldn't score again in the second half. Later they lost that game 2-1. So they are out of the Carabao Cup. So one less trophy for Manchester City.
Let's do Saraka for the boys.
Come on.
So I take do Saraka for the best last season.
Go ahead and win the Carabao Cup.
This Saraka for
Manchester United. Hello. We just did you a solid right now. So in case you finish 12 this season, Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup for you. Okay, before we move to the next game, the Arsenal game, I have some comments here on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Somto is saying if you watch these players play for Ten Hag, you could swear they are Sunday League players. They have been very unprofessional and should have their salaries slashed.
Thank you.
Somto is also saying managers need to come up with a strategies with dealing with player powers. Yeah, I think Pep did that with Manchester City.
Pep did it.
They know these players, and any player that is not performing optimally should be dealt with either by salary slash or bench. Or you cannot start.
Ferguson did it.
Even Arteta did it.
Arteta did it to a limit. Arsene Wenger, na professional for that one.
He said,
Antonio Conte. I'll mention managers that did it, and
he's also saying that I'm very angry this morning. Everyone should be angry.
Don't be.
But after Sunday, we'll see if this the anger or all these things will work out. And Nekleti will be saying the result Pep got yesterday was the effect of offloading Julian Alvarez. Sometimes managers take decisions that is somewhat unreasonable. Okay.
No doubt.
But wait, I don't know how people are seeing this. So, what if Alvarez played with this whole midfield that started alongside him? Would they be able to create?
He would have scored now.
Would they would
have won the match. Yes.
Would they be able to create enough chance for him to bury?
If Alvarez,
because
I know
at some point,
Foden played.
I know at some point,
Foden took O'Reilly's position.
I know at some point, Foden was playing up front in a fleet formation with Kevin De Bruyne and Jack Grealish, and they were scoring goals. Now with this midfield that they fielded yesterday,
they would have just removed one of the young midfielders
and put Foden back and Alvarez in his position finish.
And the same thing when they happen will still happen. And they might maybe play a draw.
The same thing will happen go still happen. Man City go win the match.
When I said this about the other game the other day, John said it's a big if. if now is very
See, they
it's very humongous.
They missed that guy there. That's that boy there.
Alvarez.
They
I
missed
see
him.
no doubt
It's
about not
obvious.
missing. No doubt about not
Having
missing
about
Alvarez.
15 shots, 3 on target, 69 possession, they were created chances for him. If wouldn't have dropped,
Yes.
I remove one of the young boys. What are you saying? Okay, let's move on to the Arsenal game. Arsenal won that game against Preston, 3-0. One already scored in that game. It was a good game for Arsenal. Some of the players that have not been playing, like Jesus scored his first goal, and I think he was happy about, but you are playing a smaller side. But that game ended 3 goals in favor of Arsenal.
You know, it's funny how you are cutting this guy's legs off him, you know.
Like,
He finally
scored
gets a goal and
all of a sudden is against him.
But it's a smaller side.
This is what you say is just Preston.
It's just Preston.
It's just Preston.
But this like anything that less than a win, straight up win is going to be a disaster for Arsenal. But that game ended 3 goals. How did you see that game, John?
You know, I was happy with the setup. I can't lie. A couple of, you know, I don't know whether I should celebrate. If I celebrate now, will it be a bit too early? Because, you know, for him playing 1-0, I wanted to celebrate whether maybe finally I started listening, or this is just because it's Preston.
It's Carabao Cup.
It's Carabao Cup, so fine, I'll not celebrate now. Ateta, please change your ways, you know, but good performance, good setup, good play. The only player I will carry placard against is Sterling.
But he played well in that game.
We play well.
He will still do his usual cut leg and come back and
he play well, no assist. 3 chances created for someone like that.
He had 2 goals cleared offline. 2 shots cleared offline by a defender. One of them.
Normally, the defender go do his work, but look at me now. Where I'm coming from now is the angle of 1-0 we've talking about. Media headline says Messi in disguise.
The thing is about that goal they scored. It was a lovely goal.
That was after the goal. I saw that headline and I'm like, okay, fine. I will save this for the future, so that in case something goes south, they shouldn't hold me by my words. They should say, okay, it's me that was quoting this media headline. 1-0's performance yesterday outshines Sterling's own any day, anytime in this game, in the particular game in the contest, because Sterling had the chances to score goals. He had chances to get at least 4 assists in this game. He had chances created. I'm not going to talk about the chances he created on his own, individual chances created, because he created about 3 chances on his own that led to one pass that led to a goal. I think that was what led to Jesus' assist. But on his own, he had an assist, clear-cut assist, but he decided to beat the defender and lost the ball. On 2 occasions, he decided to beat the defenders and lost the ball. On 1 occasion, he decided to take a shot, and the defender was there. He's clear-cut, that position. And the defender was a clear-cut defensive.
It was a good defending.
That's what I'm saying. Now, a missed chance, now good defending. If you're saying score and for be world-class Sterling. So I'm just saying Sterling needs to get his act together, just like Jesus got his act together, and maybe he scored against just Preston.
For me, another interesting talking line yesterday was the 2 centre halves played in Arsenal's defense, talking about Jakub Quio and William Saliba. Strong pairing. You know, this was the back 4 I was predicting that Arsenal should have gone into that game against Liverpool with, and somebody said that they would not have been able to withstand Liverpool.
Saliba no dinner for that Liverpool match.
I understand that, but Quio in that center play better.
That is just Preston, then they pain me. It's just Preston, then they pain me.
I surrender my case.
See, when you said that against Liverpool, we said these 2 people are from the left CM.
Yes.
It will be tough. It will be difficult to make it tick.
Why would it be difficult to make it tick?
I've noticed that coaches these days make one left-footed defender and one right-footed defender, and they place them in position. So when they're partnering well, you see them that they can't lose the ball.
All this thing we are talking about, you can have 2 defenders that can play, a right-footed defender that can play from the left side of the. Why can't you have a left-footed defender play from the right? Van Dijk, how is it difficult? Van Dijk plays from the left.
If you have 2 left or right,
then you play from the right.
If you have 2 right,
Vidic play from the left. So side of the defense. So what is the problem?
Vidic played from the left.
Yes,
he was right-footed. Van Dijk played from the left. He was right-footed. Ferdinand played on the right, and he was fleet-footed, both legs.
Why I'm asking, why won't a left-footed defender play from the right side of the defense?
No, that's where they play.
You don't understand what I mean?
Left-footed, the center half.
Yes,
play on the right side.
Let me explain to you. Gabriel
Yes.
and Arsenal play in Saliba's position and Saliba play in Gabriel's position. Why won't that happen?
Because it's like cutting through two left-footed players. The left back is a left-footed players. It will be easy to cut through them. You get? It will be very easy to cut through them because they are both left-footed.
You are saying the same thing, but a right-footed defender is playing from the left. So what is the difference? That's what I'm asking.
Look at it. It's called. I want to see. To explain this now, I have to take it to science class. You get? You know when you place two mirrors in front of you, it reflects and the loop continues. So when you play, the errors continue. You don't know how to correct them. But when you play a right-footed defender, and it gets you a wide range of coverage. You get it, like you're playing. This person is right-footed, and this person is left-footed. It covers the whole gap.
No, so this thing I explain. Let me explain.
As a coach,
I don't want
as
to.
a
I don't want to
footballer,
enter
you
the but
explain
explain all these things.
As a footballer, you will not understand it.
No. See,
But as a coach, I'm telling you that
it covers
a
if
whole.
two center half, if two center that both of them are right-footed,
Okay.
and both of them can play 5 and 6, right side of the defense, left side of the fence, everybody is okay.
Okay.
Why won't two left-footed defender play in the same position? Because if you are saying that he's covering, it's same thing.
I remark you like this now.
Now,
Wait, now, wait, I want to answer you now. Wait, I remark you like this now. If you beat me, come like this. Wait, see. If you beat me, come like this. Know that this leg is useless. Against tackles, it's useless. The right is. If I go for the tackle with my right foot, I might cause a foul. Now, if I beat you, it means if I'm going to beat this same person like that, it's going to be easy for you to get the goals.
My own is that if a right-footed can play from the left side, a left-footed can play from the right side. It's just set up if you want to set up your team very well. But after winning that game, 3-0, the one area was the star man in that game. Let's hope that he gets more chances. And you know that Odegaard is coming back after the international break. International break is going to happen in November. After that, Odegaard will be back to play for Arsenal. Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's Chelsea. Chelsea losing at home. Losing away from home against Newcastle. That game ended 2-0 John.
Yeah, surprising.
You shouldn't be surprised. It was a revenge. It was a clear-cut revenge. You should not be surprised.
Issa scoring the first goal and Disaster is scoring an own goal. Sorry, Disaster is scoring an own goal in the 26 minutes for.
No need to see now a name. You see when they started that lineup and Disaster played. One of my friends in Lagos say, they don't start Disaster. Chelsea could get Disaster for defense, and it was a clear-cut revenge because you saw the energy Newcastle put in their last game against Chelsea.
You won't blame him though. He was playing from the right back, so it's going to be difficult.
Last weekend, this lineup you see, I keep saying this lineup you see. When Chelsea had the ball, we only saw a 3 at the back. The last 3 of them stays at the back, while Cucurella goes up a bit. But when they lose the ball, Cucurella falls back, and all thanks to Cucurella not dripping the back a bit faster was what got them the goal. So for me, I feel like the energy Chelsea or the energy Newcastle put in their last weekend, you should know that they were able to get a result against Chelsea in the last weekend. They played well, they conserved well, they attacked well, just that the chances were not coming against Chelsea. If not, they would have played that match 2-2 draw or perhaps they might have won. But it was a big if. But you still see that they went on into this game against Chelsea with almost the same performance.
Do you think that, John? Do you think that it's because they didn't start in quote their first 11? Palmer did not play, and Jackson did not play. They fielded Felix and Nkunku and Modric from the left, and Sancho wasn't in the squad because he was ill. But if you look at is it because that Palmer and
let's not fight this into lineup because without those players,
you cannot
remove Palmer.
Without those players in a lie.
One, you can't remove them. 1, 2 is that we keep tickling over this Chelsea defense and we keep coming back to it as a constant. We keep coming back to that defense over and over and over again. Colwill was on the bench. What was he doing on the bench?
Others need to play.
Other players need to play.
Why was Chelsea played off the right back? Why was he playing off the right back?
He said he was trying to manage, because if you listen to his last press conference after the Newcastle game, he said Reece James has played a couple of games and we don't know what his level is. He's back from injury now. He's one of the most important player in our side. We need to manage his injuries. And let's not force this to this is the Chelsea bench. This Chelsea bench have won matches 4-0, 5-2, 2-4-2
with Palmer and Jackson.
Without Palmer and Jackson. Without Palmer and Jackson.
Palmer and Jackson.
The Europa League, the Europa Conference League, they've been winning match. In the last Carabao Cup fixture, they won their games.
So you want to compare Newcastle and
E no mean.
those things they play in the
E no
conference league.
mean.
This
Na
this
still the same thing. These same people, Newcastle go the same Champions League. Wetin they get?
You don't understand what I'm saying. You can't
See,
compare Newcastle with those things they
you
play
at
in the
all
conference
they
league.
but
play
but but
And they are
but
playing
They
but
out.
play Panathinaikos
okay,
in
okay,
the
okay.
conference league. Those two things are not the same. This is, this is reminiscent of a Premier League match, and you can't start this lineup in a Premier League match against Newcastle any day, anytime. No two ways about
Na
it.
the same Chelsea wey dey win 4-0 since without Palmer na him play. This same team have been winning matches. They won the last Carabao Cup match they played. So let's not come and paint it like it's not Chelsea. This same man has been cooking. He has been cooking. Let the cook food continue to be cooking. You play the same. I think in the last 5 matches, we saw the same defensive pairing, Badashile and Tosin.
I think
You get Cucurella is still
we
there.
can all go back and call this Gisbury Hall experiment a failed one. One, you have Renato Viega. Renato Viega played as a right back in that Panathinaikos game and in a previous game. Why was he played as a DM when Gisbury Hall could have been played in that DM position? And either Madueke or what's this other guy's name now? Other Madueke or Chukwuemeka could have started, or what is the other person's name now? Giyu could have come in that position.
He only made one sub in that
Why
game.
you only made one sub again? Why are we going over the same things? Like you play players out of position, and then you play a weakened side. Are you looking to drop out of the competition with?
I think they don't take this competition seriously. Okay, we need to join Bowe. Bowe is our senior analyst to give us his own update on what happened in yesterday's game. Okay, we lost that call. Bowe, call back so you can hear your own thoughts. But if you stay with Newcastle game, do you think that Maresca didn't take this competition seriously? Because I don't know why you have a Palmer on the bench. At least you introduce him when you are trying to get a result, but he didn't introduce him at all. So let's join Bowe now to hear his thoughts. Good morning, Bowe.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Okay, I don't know why the whole argument is arguing again. There's a simple issue. You can't expect the first 11 to play every single game for Chelsea. That's the reason why they have 45 players.
Come on, don't go there now. Don't go there. Don't go there, please.
Glad you went
And the
there.
man decided on who and who to take out, who to loan out, and who to keep. So he believes that those he has kept can deliver for his team any day. And we saw it. He just beat Newcastle some days ago, and you are back to the same Newcastle, and you can win. So you won't blame anybody. Newcastle knew that they had to revenge and they had to get something out of it. Chelsea might do better with than them in the league. So what do they do? So you can't tell me that the Chelsea side was relatively bad. These guys are full internationals, and they've had experience. So not being able to defeat Newcastle, I won't totally put it on the coach. Because don't also forget, guys, there's a whole lot of games that needs to be played by teams this season.
Definitely.
A whole lot of games. So you cannot not make changes. João Felix that does not start played yesterday. Look at the lineup. Nkunku is starting. João Felix, Mudryk, Fernandes, Viega, Cucurella that won with Spain in the Cup. Badashile, Tosin, Disasi for France. This is a solid 11 that can play a Champions League final. The only problem I'm having now with John saying that I understand Dewsbury Hall, yes, maybe not too much of experience, but the amount of money paid to get him from the Guan is not small money. So we'll just say they were out of sorts yesterday, and the coach decided to make only one change. Is what I still don't understand. Bringing in only Madueke when you had other players on the bench. Maybe he's also looking at the Premier League. So, or he wants to make these players understand that you have to fight to win back. So it's not a bad one. Let's just not just look at Chelsea. Let's also say kudos to Newcastle. They knew what they wanted. They got their revenge and got their revenge very, 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 very well served.
Okay.
So it's football. They can lose one game or not. So I was just excited about the games that happened yesterday. Seeing the Crystal Palace go away to beat Aston Villa. It just shows that many of these coaches are not invisible, and the Premier League is the Premier League. Anything can beat anything, even if it's in the AFL Cup. But these were games played by two Premier League sides. Yesterday. Liverpool winning Brighton also a very narrow one. Liverpool made also a few changes. If you're talking about that, you can also give kudos to Liverpool because you see now that they won with almost their full squad not playing.
Yes.
And I went away to get a 3-2 win over Brighton. Is fantastic. Crystal Palace beating Aston Villa also much. Arsenal winning was expected with all the likes of all the changes that the coach made yesterday. I was just exactly happy to see Ethan Nwaneri playing, scoring, giving assist. That boy is a good player who needs more game time till Odegaard comes back. So basically, generally, beautiful games. Tottenham Hotspur beating Man City. Are you going to answer? You're going to blame Pep because of all the changes he made? Foden was playing number 9. So the same thing that lined up for Man City can that thing not win the Champions League final? But it still goes to show that most times, once you don't have a striker, a second striker for your team, you have an issue. You will not go far in tournament. It's a simple matter. You let Julian Alvarez go, you have only Alan, and you didn't want to play him yesterday, against Tottenham Hotspur, and you lost. And don't forget, Man City has not won for a very long time now at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So it's also part of the hoodoo, and one of the things that Pep Guardiola has not been able to crack. Now, saving for last is the Man City, Leicester City Man United game. I will not spend too much time on this. I'll just tell you one thing. Many football players are very wicked.
Thank you, bro.
Many footballers are very, very, very wicked. I'm shocked to find out that Man U can score 4 goals in 30 minutes. I can't believe it in my full life. You can play like that and score 4 goals in 30 minutes with the same players that Ten Hag has been used to play. Now you came out yesterday and they are scoring 5. You can say maybe it's against Leicester City, but we saw a new Man U yesterday. I told you that when I called the other day. I said, you see now, new coach, players want to improve themselves, want to impress a new coach, so they will not be sold or they will not be benched. And they used Leicester City as an experiment yesterday. We saw Van Nistelrooy celebrating. So I am very, very, very livid with the Man United players. Good score for them. Good wins for Van Nistelrooy. I hope he might play one more game before he goes.
His next game is against Chelsea.
It's shocking to see what United did yesterday. Kudos to them for winning that game. Breath of fresh air, but coaches now should be afraid of many, many players. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, to call us to join us in this conversation in the studio, tell us about this Man U game. What do you think? Do you think that the players we are playing against Ten Hag? Number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Father Abukal Pagala.
Okay, fine. What is your contribution?
My brother, I know that they don't win us because this is our defense. This is the pass, Barashila. They will say that people, they will say that. But there's no problem. We get things and our coach don't want to change. We are looking about our heading that scenario. This year, you see, boy is telling this year on a big man. He said it will not be a West Ham man. I don't know when he talk up because that it's in a West Ham where they say I don't understand the way. Man, you scoring 5 goals. Well, I'm very sorry. When on Sunday,
when I go beat them.
you go see another ball game. When you score 5 goals, when time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
0706 048 5853. So you call us to tell us what you think about that Man U game or any maybe Chelsea game they lost yesterday. Especially that Man U game, the player scored 5 yesterday. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Senior Sunday calling from Independent Layout.
Okay, what's your contribution?
Yeah, the contribution goes to Man U. I was very, very surprised that I can see Man U playing ball like that last night because it just shows that they don't like Eric Ten Hag to continue coaching Man U. Those players, I was very, very disappointed on them because Eric Ten Hag, to me, he's a nice coach. He could have to do well when they give him chance. If they give him chance, he could have to do well. But come to see that he has been sacked and these players have to come up and play this pattern of football against Leicester City that they don't. Maybe their mindset is that the new coach should keep them, or they should not sell them, or not to be on bench. I don't know, but that was so bad for Eric Ten Hag because he will not be happy seeing them like that. Even I myself, I was not happy.
Yes.
And well, all kudos to my club because I'm a Manchester United fan.
Okay.
I'm happy to see them coming up. And let's talk about the Chelsea match on Sunday.
Mm.
You know, this particular caller, the last caller that just called, he keep on bringing Manchester United down. I keep on listening. I've been trying to see if I can just get the people one day and talk something about him. He plays Chelsea and he look at Manchester United that have gone down, but I tell him today that Manchester United is going to surprise them on Sunday.
Oh, wow. All right.
Happy.
It's going to be thank you very much. It's going to be a good game on Sunday. Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Okay, 0706. Thank you. 0706 0485853. I have a text message here which is interesting. It says, good morning, guys. The con artists are back from the dead. Even Ten Hag has his blame to take, but I pity any Manchester United fan that is celebrating these players and yesterday's win, because these actors are back to lure another manager into their trap.
Yes.
Play well in the first season, down their tools in the second season, and sack the manager in the third season and repeat. Amorim will be sacked in 2026-2027 season, or else he will take away the virus, or else he takes away the virus in that dressing room. Okay, very interesting. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Brick. I'm calling from Transikulu.
Okay, what is your contribution?
First of all, let me start with my club, Chelsea.
Okay.
I think the manager was trying to instill a system into the second team.
Okay.
Because even when the team was losing, like you guys rightly said, it was only one substitution, and he kept on building from the back. I think he's trying to instill something, and then in such a way that letting the players know if you lose this game, it means the opportunities to play are thinning out. In essence, the more cups you compete in, the more opportunity this second team has to play. So as they lost out yesterday, well, so they have lost them. If they have lost more opportunities to express themselves. Also, coming to player-wise, on Nkunku in particular, I think it was only one Nkunku that came for that match yesterday. The other Nkunku did not come with that match.
Okay, it was one Nkunku, the coup did not come. Nkunku came, coup did not come.
Because I was playing yesterday, man. You know, like I was so disappointed with
We
him.
were expecting a balloon celebration, man.
My brother, I don't know. I was so disappointed with him, the opportunities that came his way, and the way he lost them out. And then, mind you, let me tell them what is happening. What is burgeoning in Man U now is what happened in Chelsea in the past, where the players were sacking the managers.
Yes.
And the club, unfortunately, is permitting that. Why Chelsea is coming out of that stage or that kind of lifestyle, Man U is getting deeper into it. The same reason for which you guys said Solskjaer had to leave, that he was being too lenient with the players. Ten Hag came and was trying to instill discipline. First of all, he got criticized for the way he handled Jadon Sancho. I mean, the father is trying to tell the son, you did this wrong. You apologize for that. The guy refused and was trying to spread the necessary virus. And you have to curtail him and deal with that. The same people turned against him to criticize him, even when the boss today again. I was like, if I were a member of that board, I would have insisted on that man staying in the even if he got relegation. And then we do a clear out, just like Chelsea did. Do a clear out. That like somebody, what you just read, the message you just read. You know whether you bring Amorim, whether you bring Guardiola there, combined with what's his name?
Combined with Ancelotti. And
they will still gang up against him with time once they see what they don't like.
Okay.
That is what they are breeding, and it's gradually stepping up in that club.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
My brother, you guys have a good day.
You too. The last game in the Carabao Cup we are going to talk about is the Liverpool-Brighton game. I think that game was very, very lovely. If you look at the setup for Liverpool, they didn't actually play their first 11. Actually, they didn't even play a striker in that game. They played Jones. Two midfielders in that striking position, and they still got a win. That's why I like it. They don't even care.
Cody Gakpo na striker.
But he played from the
flanks.
He played the
You know,
4-4-2 actually.
when you say they didn't even play their top players in the starting lineup.
Kwanzaa and Gomez started in the center.
Baba Zoboslai,
I don't even know the name
Diaz,
as a striker.
Gakpo,
Diaz playing from the right.
Endo,
Uh-huh.
Curtis Jones, Robertson. This is 6 full players that are in Liverpool starting in lineup. 6 players, and you said that they didn't even play.
When last Endo starts match?
Endo has not started this season.
When last Endo starts match for Liverpool?
It's alright.
Curtis Jones just got the opportunity about 3 weeks. Wait, Curtis Jones, academy graduate, just got the opportunity about 3 weeks ago to be playing 90 minutes. Now, 3 weeks ago, he started to play 90 minutes now. Academy graduate, they play from bench. 30 minutes they introduce them. Carabao Cup match they introduce them. Then this match now.
That's why I playing this season.
It was just the last 4 games that McAllister was not around that he played from starting lineup. This was the first time
6 players in the lineup.
It's not 6.
And they are not.
Look at Joe Gomez bench. Kwanzaa, the guy they were singing his praise.
Did I mention?
We all complained about.
What about Gakpo? What about Luis Diaz? What about Zoboslai?
The front 3.
What about Endo?
The front
what
4.
What about Robertson? What about Curtis Jones? That's 6 players.
The front 4. Endo has not played from the starting lineup this season. Curtis Jones is one of the players that they see. He's like one of those players that are just trying to
was Endo not signed for that starting 11? Yeah or nay?
He has a competition in Gravenberch.
Whether he had competition or not, he's the main man. Gravenberch was bought as a backup option that has become a starting player.
No, he was bought as a starting player. That Endo, when you buy 2 players and one benches the other one, Endo came in and was benching Gravenberch. Does not mean Endo was the starting bet. Ryan was always the starting bet. You get? But now Endo came in and put him on the bench and was performing last season. But this season, the new manager comes in a new system and Ryan is starting ahead of
no new system, Endo. Same team, different players.
New system, new style of play.
No new style of play, no new system.
Okay, and now Ryan is starting ahead of him.
Same old blueprint, same old playlist, same old music track, same old movement, same old.
There was no Salah.
Simple.
And this man was playing in that position. Luis was playing in that position. There was what's called Gakpo playing from the flanks and also supporting the striker. There was no striker. There was no Darwin Núñez, no Jota.
So finally, you agree with me now
that
there was that what's their name?
But they still got the result.
Diaz, Gakpo, they are not striker. Diaz and Gakpo, they are not striker, Abi.
Diaz are not strikers.
They are not strikers.
Yes.
When we had the conversation about Liverpool needing a striker, you said that
I said Núñez.
I said
Núñez and Jota were enough.
No, you said Liverpool has a lot of strikers. They have Gakpo, they have Diaz, they have Darwin, they have Jota. You call all these guys as striking options for Liverpool.
Look at what I told you.
And now you are telling me in this match that there is no striker.
I mentioned the
There's
front.
no striker.
I mentioned the front
Come
3.
on, man.
I mentioned the front 3 and their competitions. Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz. Wait. Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz from the left. Salah did not have a replacement. Then they brought in, what's it called? Federico Chiesa to compete with Salah or to replace Salah whenever Salah is not available from the right. Now, Núñez and Jota up front as the top 9, which means they have 2 strikers. But in this game, those 2 did not start. Cody Gakpo can play as a striker and can also play mostly from the flanks.
Diaz, what's his name?
Okay, that game.
All these guys are striker. Nothing you want. You go explain.
Now you talk. Okay, now if that's the case,
you said it, and that's what it is.
If that's the case, Grealish, Foden, Sabino, what's it called? This boy Doku, the dancer Doku. They are all strikers. If that is what you want to quantify it as, then Doku, Grealish, and Sabino are all strikers as well.
Okay, that game ended 3-2. It was a good game for Slot. Slot is gone into. He's still in every competition in this game. He won that game against Brighton away.
Unbeaten Slot.
He lost one game.
Unbeaten Slot.
So that game ended 3-2, and he is moving. And if you look at that game especially, who do you think will be winning this Carabao Cup based on this last game everybody's played now? Just give me one person you think.
Man, you. Now look at the way they play. Now, if now this leg where there is let's say 5.
Okay, man,
Now
you
them.
win. Okay, the quarterfinal is set. If the quarterfinal is set for the Carabao Cup, Tottenham Hotspur will be taking on Manchester United. Newcastle will be playing Brentford. Southampton will be hosting Liverpool, and Arsenal will be playing Crystal Palace. That's all for the Carabao Cup. That game is happening from December 17th. That's when the quarterfinal will set in. So, okay, let's move on to the Serie A. Serie A happened yesterday. So what happened yesterday, and I'll give you the results for yesterday and talk about three of the game. Venezia 3, Udinese 2, Empoli 0, Inter Milan 3, Atlanta 2, Monza 0. Juventus again drew that game against Parma 2-2. And for today's fixture is Girona versus Fiorentina, Roma versus Torino, and Como versus Lazio. That game's happening today. But let's talk about Inter Milan, because Inter Milan we won that game 3-0. Now they are second behind Napoli. They are challenging Napoli for that league title.
You know, I saw that game myself and I was impressed. Impressed with the team, impressed with the way they played, but mostly impressed with generally the performance that we saw in that game. You know, this is what we like call it, this is rudimentary Empoli, but Inter Milan played like champions, and truly champions they are. And I'm excited to see what they are going to do in the season, because this season is going to be different. We saw Napoli beat
Milan.
Yes, beat Milan. So it's looking more like a 2-horse race now, and Juventus are somewhere hoping to make it a 3-horse race. Let's see how it's going to be, because
See, for me, I don't know how you talk about it's 3-horse race, because the person you're saying is hoping they are unbeaten in the league. Now they have 3 games. Perhaps they have
it's
this
still
matches
a rebuild season for them. Anyhow you want to call it.
It's still a rebuild season, but for you to play your first 10 games and not lose any of that, it tells a different story.
You're adding an unnecessary expectation now on top their shoulder. At the end of the day now,
I'm not adding.
At the end of the day now, when they fall off.
A rebuild season was supposed to be, at least by this time of season, they should be around 6.
Why should they be around 6 or 5 when the same players that were there under the previous manager, they are still there?
The same rebuild season.
Talking about Juventus.
Yes. And they didn't do a clear out. They strengthened in the summer, and it should not take them 3 more years. This you are using the leg.
It's not using the leg. It's not using the leg. It's not using the leg, because you saw that they gave a performance last season. This season they should be at least one step. For you to rebuild, for people to know that you are rebuilding, you take a step back to observe who starts the race. You know,
you can now, take that step back in 9 weeks.
This is what's it called? Now this is not the sprint or marathon. Now this is the Le Mans. You get the Le Mans, where you know it's a 24 hours.
The Le Mans 100.
You get it. So I believe
Premier League 9 be marathon.
But
say
Le Mans. You don't understand. So for a new manager, it should be a Le Mans. You sit back, you observe the track. There were experienced players who've won it in before you. So you're observing the track for the Le Mans, and you're coming in to surprise those managers. So you shouldn't just come and start competing and start playing on
you just season. Make a F versus I don't want to call brand, but it's fine.
Well, if you look at that game that we're interested in is Lukman played for Atlanta. They're winning that game 2-2. He didn't get on the score sheet, but good game for him too.
Good game for him. Created chances for somebody that went partying on Monday night and coming back on on Wednesday night to give up a result again. It tells you that this man was clearly not supposed to be where he was.
Try not to get into the conversation.
No, I'm just saying. He's where he's not supposed. He's supposed to be ahead of where he was on the list, and he still continue. He said that is in the past. He still continues to give results. In this game, he created about 6 chances that was not buried.
And we cannot forget to give credit to the main man with a brace yesterday in the Copa del Rey for Sevilla too. I'm talking about none other than Kelechi Iheanacho.
He knows the Ballon d'Or.
If I want to add one, I will say one call, because he's playing in the spirit of Kano Wanko. But fantastic game. And you know, Nigerians are doing big things in Europe, and you know, it's sad to see that the AFCON itself is not factored in when we talk about the Ballon d'Or, but the Copa America and the Euros is factored in. How does that happen?
If you look at the league table in the Serie A, Napoli after 10 games has 25 points. They are first on the table. Inter Milan are second with 21 points. Atlanta are doing well. They are third with 19 points. Juventus, they have played 10 games, won 4 draws. They have lost nothing. They are unbeaten. They have unbeaten Juve has 18 points. They might be the first team to go a whole season unbeaten without
And not win the league.
Let's see.
So let's see how that happens.
That was cool. That was cool.
Okay.
Oh, you're expecting to win the league? No.
Let's move on to the
They're not winning it this season.
Let's move on to the YouTube and probably one or two comments before we call it a day. Remember, guys, we are live every day, Monday to Saturday on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And okay, Anakleto will be saying, please, senior man Kels, Ihan actually got a brace last time in Copa del Rey. Man is igniting again. Yes, he scored 2 goals in that Copa del Rey yesterday. He's also saying, in this Manchester United case, what this player did to Ten Hag will revisit them during their own time as coach. Even has no boundaries. Though I don't know what transpired between them and Ten Hag.
The way they were celebrating last night.
Something. You know what's
the way they were celebrating last night.
One of them came on line to say, we did it for the manager. Which manager did you actually do it for?
The way they were celebrating last night.
Or Van Nistelrooy?
Hey.
Okay, this is how we are going to be ending. That game against Manchester United. Everybody talking about it because they won that game, and after the Hag had been sacked, it's always going to happen like that. I know it's going to happen like that, but they are playing Chelsea on Sunday. After that, we will see what happens with them if truly they are playing against the Hag, or they actually did it to sack the Hag. But on Sunday we'll find out how they are going to play. If they play well or more, everywhere goes scatter. Okay, this is how we're going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us on today. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. We'll talk football here Monday to Saturday. Have a lovely day. My name is Godwin.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.